What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today, Kyle, we're gonna be feeding.
Yes, we're going to be doing a feeding slash a well overdue update that you guys have been blowing up my Instagram and every other social media platform that we have to get. So today's the time.
Let's get into it.
All right, so we're gonna start off with Gatorade here, and he'll get some whole chicken. He is the gator from Utah, and he is doing awesome. He's pretty shy. As you can see, he likes to stay in the water until he knows for sure it's feeding time, and now he'll swallow that one down and then come out. It's starting to get warm again. It's becoming the summer months, so it's crazy how they make this drastic transition to where they know, summer's coming, it's gonna get hot, and the metabolism is jump starting. So you can see, like I said, once he knows that we're not playing around, then he'll come for food. Hey, no. Don't touch the sheep. Don't touch the sheep, pal. There you go. So we'll leave one more for good measure, and we'll continue on our way with Cuban over here. She is getting really big, really fast, and she's starting to learn how to jump. Hey, look up. Woo-hoo-hoo. How she came back on herself like that. They are so agile, these crocodiles. So terrestrial, so agile. What I think is true is I noticed this species really blends in with the grasses here. And I think this is possibly because this crocodile is actually adapted to camouflage on land. We know this species is a very terrestrial species, but there's nothing like it. They're so high yellow and so textured, and I really honestly think it's actually more camouflage for land instead of mostly in the water. Most crocodiles are dark and they blend in with the water so they can ambush easily, but these guys, I would bet they're actually camouflaged for hiding in the tall grasses. All right, so now we have the Pied Nile pair. Come on.
I think you missed it.
He definitely missed it. Hey. Are you kidding me? I love how both of them are pushing the opposite ways when they have chicken literally next to them. It's always that mentality, right? The grass is always greener on the other side, and this is a prime example of that. So I just had them separated, letting them get a little bit more size on them, and we're actually going to be taking this down very soon and then putting them together once again, because I think she's about the size where she can breed. So the whole goal is just have them separated, let them do the thing, they can still see each other, and then eventually put them back together. What are you guys doing? So the Pied Nile pair is all fed, so they're good to go, and like I said, we'll be taking this down probably the next week or two, and then got a lot of other ones to feed. So let's keep it moving. We're back at the not so baby Niles. As you can see, they have gotten absolutely massive. Here, guys. Come on, guys. Come on. And it's getting to the point where wings is a little bit too small.
I mean, they gotta be 7-footers now.
Oh yeah, easy. Come on, guys. Come on.
It's like World War Z. They're about to get out just by stacking up.
Something. But they are really good around each other, and that's what's great. And what I found, especially with the rescue gators, that they lack is social skills. Like, these guys have always been around other crocodiles, and they're so well mannered. They still have the tremendous jaw strength that crocodilians have, but they're so gentle and careful around one another, and they know what the difference between each other is and the chicken. Let's give them some quarters. They definitely seem to be laughing at the wings. Hey, guys. And what I've noticed too with them is they like the freshest stuff. So, no matter how much food is on the ground, if you throw a fresh bag in, all they care about is that fresh bag you put in there. So You can see all the wings down below there. They just are worried about these quarters over here. But also you can see these guys, they're definitely not struggling one bit. So it's not like they need a meal. It's, you know, we're mainly feeding the little guys as well, but why not give them a little something? All right, so here next is the Orinoco females. And as you can see, there's only 2 in here. Because the funny thing is, when you give them a nicer, better enclosure, then they decide it's their territory and everyone else can beat it. So these 2 have decided this is their space and the other 2 have to go. So I saw the warning signs of the stressed animals, which usually means that they're off to the side, you know, they're not eating, and we decided to move them. And they're doing awesome now. But again, you just got to look for those signs, because crocodilians, you know, they're going to have their space, and if they're trying to tell the others to get away, then you need to listen. Because, you know, as I always say, it's not the bite that is the risky part with crocodilians, it's the stare. So when one is staring at the other and stressing it out, that's when you can lose a crocodile very easily, very fast. So we saw the warning signs and they have been moved. But also too, guys, this is temporary enclosure. So what's super cool is we actually got males, much smaller males, but we got males for these females. So these females will eventually be going into a much, much, much larger enclosure. And then, you know, hopefully we'll be doing some proper conservation work with them. So next up, we got a young female American crocodile here. And she's alone because I put another American crocodile in here, and she didn't want anything to do with her. Well, she did. She wanted her gone. So again, a lot of times, guys, is the social structure of crocodilians, from what I've learned, is not something that's instinctual. It is something they have to learn just living in and around crocodiles since birth. You know, you got to think too is clutch mates. You know, they always have clutch mates when they're little guys, so they're always learning how to interact with one another. So most likely what we'll do is take this one and the other American to the introduction enclosures, because that has been working incredibly well with some crocodiles you'll see later on in the tour. So this is another really cool animal. Come on girl, come on. This is a Temissima, or the Falscarial. Come on girl, come on. She is 50 years old. And she was down in Miami Zoo.
Zoo Miami.
Zoo Miami. The Zoo of the Miami.
And she's been super shy. She's actually, this is pretty good for her. Oh, and she.
For it. Yeah, she is a very shy species. Again, like I said, guys, it's something that just really seems to be underrepresented with crocodilians. And I think why we seem to have so much success here with not only just overall husbandry and care, but breeding of endangered species is just because of them having these very secluded, quiet enclosures.
And being left alone,
Yep.
for the most part. She's like, I'm taking that to the deep.
All right, well, yeah, she's shy as always, so we'll keep on moving. So next up we have Sunny, Ursula, and I guess her name is Little Ugly, but the 3 salties. So these are the 2 amelanistic, which is right here, Ryan, if you can see it. See it now?
I can see it now.
So that is Sunny. They're all females, but that is, you can see that amelanistic or hypomelanistic, some morph.
We caught a glimpse.
Yeah, we caught a glimpse, but we'll leave the second one over there in the shallow section for her. Great enrichment, so she'll find that later. Always good, you know, for them to just have to work a little bit for their food. Come here, Ursula. This is Ursula. And she is a typical saltwater crocodile where either she is super shy or she is going to rocket out of the water for food. It is no in between. So you can see her there. Come on. Hopefully she will get the food. She hits very, very hard.
I think we got a better look at her.
Sometimes, if they miss it, they're still coming for their target, you know. Really, I'm just the target, and the chicken is their reaction as they're coming towards me. And once they feel the chicken hit them, then they grab the chicken. But they're coming for me. They definitely want me. She like you, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Come on. Crocodiles are pretty dang good at catching stuff, but they can also miss. And if they miss, they're coming. But she's pretty good. She's a little better at it. We've had some practice together, so she's pretty good at it. But still, she misses a chicken, she's coming out. So here we are at the small enclosures, and we're going to be here for a little bit because there's a lot to talk about. Even though this is just one small enclosure, there's a lot going on in this area. So firstly, let's talk about more of the cool stuff. That is this beautiful pair of Australian freshwater crocodiles. Now I say pair, there is a pair in here, but the male is definitely a lot more confident than the female. Very fast. Now about these guys is, like I was saying before, this is a success story with the introduction enclosures. So these were put together in the introduction enclosures with what they are is a concrete enclosure with chain link in between. I can only help you so much here. It's a concrete enclosure with chain link in between in the water so they can get to know each other through the chain link without hurting each other. And these guys were next to each other for months, and then we opened the doors and they've been doing great ever since. And then once they show that they're doing well together there long term, then they come into this. So this is their permanent enclosure, and surprisingly they're very small. They're very, very small. He came from Canada like 7 years ago, and she came from California a few years ago.
And now he's spastic. Like he just like any chance he gets, he just like kind of flips his lid on you.
For sure, for sure. A freshwater crocodile, you know, it's a fish-eating crocodile. So as you can see, the very narrow snout. Doesn't mean he only eats fish, but they're great at catching fish. But with that, they're lightning quick. Buddy, you got plenty to find here. Another topic of this enclosure is, I'm sure you guys have noticed, a lot of the enclosures are overgrown. What's cool about these enclosures
We didn't notice.
This one is pretty nice. This one's pretty nice. What we do is, what's cool about these enclosures, we stick the pump in there. Come on, man. Stick the pump in there, drain the water down, make sure the crocodile's at the bottom because it's 5 to 6 foot deep, and then safely, workable space for maintenance. The issue is you're dealing with crocodiles. So we throw a pipe in there and the pump is vibrating, the crocodile's attracted to it. And especially the Cuban crocodiles, they love to grab it. And even with the metal wiring inside the pipe, they'll just freaking flatten it, crush it. So what we've done is, right here, we've ran a pipe that goes all the way into the pond and down to the bottom. So it just pulls the water from like just above the mud level per se. And with this, all you do is attach your pipe, your pump and plumbing right to this, and you can pull water directly out of the pond. So no more having to put anything in the pond to drain the pond. So we can drain every pond like that and easily get in there and maintain it and continue on our way. So what we'll do is we'll toss some wings in for the female because she's still pretty shy. They came in here probably a month ago, so she's still learning us and the enclosure. But we'll definitely move on to some crocs that are not so shy. Next up, we got the Cayman ladder ostrich, or broad-snouted caiman. Come on, girl. And she is generally pretty bold. Come on, girl. I'm not playing around. I actually got food. Come on. Come on. Come on, I swear. Come on, right here. Oh. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Come on. Over here. Over here.
Oh, almost.
No, not. Oh, there we go. Yes, we got it. No, she's still coming. But that's the thing is, you know, you can easily let your guard down because she's being really good. But man, this broad-sounded caiman is built for crushing strength. So even though she is smaller, she has she has a lot of power. Are you kidding me? You've eaten 2 and you're acting like you've eaten 12. What are you doing, girl? Look at those eyes though. She is beautiful. Beautiful caiman. But you also are definitely not missing any meals.
This is probably one of the prettiest broad snouts I've seen.
Yeah. They can definitely get very funky looking. Especially that head, but she is really pretty.
A bite from her would suck.
And you also got a big old belly on her. So she only needs a little bit of food to keep that metabolism going and burning whatever this is up. Because I don't think, well, it shouldn't be eggs, but a lot of times, guys, it is eggs. Especially this time of year. You know, they don't need a boy to produce eggs. And pretty much every female adult around here lays eggs. So it could be. It could be. I feel like I just said it wouldn't be eggs, and then it definitely could be, and most likely it is eggs. Welcome to my life.
These are scaly chickens.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to even cooler project. Next ones up are the Chinese alligators. You can see Chang here, the male, is quite spastic. And he is currently with Gecko, the very small female Chinese alligator, because he was with Mulan for the longest time. So he is currently with
Gecko.
Gecko, yeah, I keep mixing them up. Because he was with Mulan for a while. So hopefully she's gravid, and then Gecko can be gravid, which would be awesome to have 2 females gravid from 1 male. As you can see, there's 3 enclosures. So the male's in the middle, and the females are on either side.
And you just open these little guillotine gates like we've shown before, and you can allow the female and male to kind of move around and then just close it. So obviously these are closed right here.
Come here, girl. Come here. You guys share. That is something that crocodilians have certainly not mastered. Sharing is caring, because, you know, they can be very sweet, loving to each other and to their babies, but when food comes around, it is definitely dog eat dog. But luckily for them, there's plenty to go around. Also, it's super cool to hear how vocal they are to each other. Hey, hey, hey! That is not the chicken! Has she gotten any?
No, she hasn't gotten any yet. He's just like bullying her. He's like, I'll take that. It's right to your right.
Guys, come on, come on. Sometimes this is painful. You wonder how they survive in the wild. You know, like, we are literally throwing food, showering food on top of them, and they are still missing it.
Well, she'll find it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right, let's
You
get
can
going
see
to the
he's-
next.
Yeah, you can see he's getting full there, so come on, at least get one.
Get it,
Oh,
get it,
come
get
on!
it.
Are you kidding me?
She's like going after his foot. Oh, there's one right there.
No, and watch, she'll miss that. Oh,
Uh,
are you kidding me? Are you take it out of his mouth?
he dropped it.
I'm not even hungry anymore. Sweetie, sweetie, sweetie. All right, well, there's 5, 6 pieces laying around. If she doesn't even find one, then I don't know what to tell you, girl. I do not know what to tell you. Cool. Well, they're good enough. So let's move on to the other girl. So here we got Mulan, the bigger bigger Chinese alligator. She's very, very vocal and happy about the food. And much better at finding it. She's already eaten 2 pieces in a matter of seconds. No!
Food's behind you.
There's tons of pieces behind you, and you're going after this. Alright, we'll hand feed her too, guys. How about that? We will make sure she gets at least 1 piece. Sweetie, hey! Come on, come on. Yes!
There we go.
There we go. 1 more for good measure. It's crazy to think, guys, that this is an adult female Chinese alligator. While it is small for its species, it is an adult female. And she produced 12 eggs last year, and hopefully we'll get 12 more this year. So here we are at the medium rescue. Well, now it's 1 of 2 medium rescue alligator sections. And they're ready to eat.
And what do you feed them? You got 2 bags of wings there?
Yeah, but it might be 3. So we got 3 here.
That's a funny looking alligator in there.
There's a couple funny looking alligators.
Yeah.
But they're all rescues. So, feed these guys. And it was a little cold last night. Let me move the light real quick. It was a little cold last night, so that's why the water is fuller than normal. But we still got a little space. Come on, guys. Like I was saying before, the biggest thing with crocodilians in captivity is just learning social cues. All these gators, you gotta think, so they came from Pennsylvania to the bottom when they were 8 inches long, and they lived in a fish tank or a little tub by themselves their entire lives. All they knew were their owner, so they never understood how to interact with other alligators. And a lot of times when they come here, they have their spouts. But that's why we give them 2 different ponds and plenty of space so they can learn and adjust slowly. And obviously in a group setting, it helps tremendously. So, you know, as you can see, they've been doing incredibly well here and looking more and more like wild alligators every single day. You know, I look at these guys every day and I'm like, oh, you know, they look great, you know, but, you know, I'm like, they still look like captive alligators. But then I see the freshly new ones, the new residents here that I brought down from Pennsylvania, and then you can see a dramatic difference between the ones that just came down and then these, how much better and healthier they look.
And now that there is not an alligator.
That is a Nile crocodile. Nile crocodile there, Nile crocodile there. That is another one that would not get along with any others. That one is quite psychotic. You know, that one hatched out of the egg and killed its sibling right out of the egg. Like, they hatched and it turned and killed its sibling. Psychotic crocodile. But in a group setting, it finally settled down. When I first put it in here, it just wanted to fight everybody, every single gator. As far as just like propping itself up, and if anything got near it, it would snap at it. Not grab, just snap and just kind of display itself. And then the next day, it was off in the corner, terrified of its own shadow. And then the 3rd day, it's living its best life in here. So the key is understanding crocodilian behavior and knowing when to leave it and when to intervene. So we were gonna feed here, but it's a little long ways from the pond. I'm gonna try to see if they'll all come over and follow us to the gate right here.
And this is the first feeding too, so this is all new to them.
But
And that's all new to you guys back there where we're walking.
Yeah. So
But-
guys, that is the permanent rescue alligator enclosure. Like, no concrete, no artificial lighting, as natural as it can be in a captive setting for these alligators that deserve the most and the best. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Oh, yeah. Come on.
Stampede.
Come on, guys. Come on. Come on.
Once one gets here, they're all gonna figure it out. Oh, that one's
This one
beeline.
is coming. Whoa!
Oh,
Oh, here they come. Come on, guys. Come on. You know, this is kind of where I feel like I'm that crazy old lady from Lake Placid.
yeah.
Come on, sweetie. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Come on.
They're starting to figure it out.
They
They're like,
are,
all
look at
right. There's a bunch over there.
Whoa. Look at that. You can see why this one's one of the biggest. It's freaking smart and it gets to the food the fastest. That was the first one that came over.
Now this is much different than feeding the group of Niles.
Oh,
These
yeah.
guys are way, way more aggressive.
Yeah. Luckily, again, in a captive setting, they're pretty good with each other, but they are salty, they are snappy, and very reactive. Whoa!
Still a few stragglers that haven't
Yeah,
quite
they're-
figured it out yet.
They're coming, they're thinking about it. So what we'll do, guys, is don't worry, we'll throw a bag over there just for the ones that, you know, haven't fully learned it or haven't, you know, fully adjusted to this new life. I mean, look at this. This is an incredible enclosure for these salties. And this is one of those times that, look, guys, you know, I did produce these. I did kind of make the mistake of producing 40 salties. But I can care for these guys for their entire life. So, you know, I've made the mistake of incubating all of them because I didn't think all would hatch. Well, they did, and luckily they will call this place their forever home.
I've been watching in the back trying to catch it on a film, but they'll run into each other and then one just springboards in the air and jumps over. I think I caught it once,
They're
but
jerks. They're jerks over there. Like, one will be running over there with food, and then they'll all like say, look at that guy. He's got food. And they're like, can I have it? Freaking attacking them.
and there's all this food here for this big one to eat.
Yeah. All right, so I guess we'll take one over there. Look at them, they're just like so freaking quick. They're all over the place.
They're getting so much exercise in this enclosure.
This is my little slice of Darwin, Australia right here. I mean, look at this. It's incredible to provide natural enclosures in this large of an enclosure with a beautiful oak tree in it. 3 different ponds for these crocodiles. I mean,
You know what you should do?
what?
You should walk in there and hand feed them.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But that's the thing too, is honestly, I don't think they'll do anything. I think they'll run away like they're, you know, terrified. They're salties. So they're either lunging out of the water crazy or they are scared to death of their own shadow. But look at them all underneath the oak tree. It's just so cool because, again, you normally don't see smaller crocs in such large naturalistic enclosures. And that's what I love about this place is I'm able to provide this.
I like how there's a pile of food over here, and yet they're all fighting over the ones in their mouth.
All right, we'll take one over there for them. Come on, guys. So these are the ones that are probably big, but definitely a lot shyer. So they're still learning the ropes. But I definitely like feeding over there. You know, it's a lot easier to just dump the food than having to toss it here. Cleaner too, keeping the sand off of it.
It's a lot of salties.
I know, don't remind me. A lot of mouths to feed. But
And you guys saw earlier what these things turn into. Those big 3 females. That's all that's in here.
stop. But life is about living and learning, right? So living, learning to not do this again. And you know, I love crocodilians. I love all species of crocodiles, but now more than ever, I've really focused my efforts on the rescue alligator programs. As you can see, you know, those rescue alligators over there. I mean, we probably have, what, Brian?
We have 90.
90?
Yeah.
90 rescue alligators
Yeah.
here at the moment. And they're all like this. Like, they all have plenty of room. And look at this. We're going to be moving gators into there. I mean, it's awesome. It's so rewarding to give these animals such incredible lives. Even though they aren't the most grateful of animals. They're not the most graceful either, as we saw with the Chinese alligators. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be able to provide a sanctuary like this for animals that, you know, otherwise don't have a home.
All right, guys. Well, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on Instagram at Permanent Predators, Crocodile Kyle, Ryan Gradney. We will try to keep you guys updated. I know our videos have not been too consistent over the past ever. So
It's become to the point that we cannot post on Instagram or anything without hearing about YouTube. So we are back because of you guys.
yeah, so hope you enjoyed. We'll see you on the next one.
See you guys.